This lesson is part of Media, Mobiles, and Ministry, which is a curriculum set of over 40 lesson plans covering 4 different topic areas: foundations of media ministry, mobile ministry, social media ministry, and do-it-yourself mobile media creation. You can find more information at www.mobmin.org/train. Video content is exciting and intimidating for ministry teams. We may have ideas of what we want to do, but don't have the experience to create anything ourselves. This lesson introduces the importance of video content in a media ministry strategy and gives some ideas of different kinds of simple video content that is easily created by non-professional teams. In this lesson, you're going to understand that video content should be considered a priority in many media strategies. Effective video content need not be expensive, time-consuming, and requiring highly trained team members. But there are many simple types of content you can create, including video slideshows, event videos, thematic videos, testimonies, and video blogs. And you're going to develop your own ideas for video content that could be valuable in your ministry context. If you've been through our previous lessons in this series or have a good foundation in capturing and editing still images, you are probably ready to learn more about video. You probably already shoot video on your phone, but let's talk about how to do it better. And why might you choose video anyway? First, it does grab attention, especially autoplay content. Think about your own experience. Do you tend to stop when a video clip goes by in your feed on a social media site? Social media trends and preferences are pushing video content toward audiences. And deeper content is possible compared with just simple images or memes. You can tell a more full story, evoke emotion, invite a conversation. And video can be very effective for oral cultures. You may be asking these questions. Isn't video expensive and complicated? Do I need a professional on my team? We believe that video content is within the reach of any team. Now, you have to think about what's appropriate for you. It may take more planning, but you have a very capable tool in your pocket, so use your smartphone. But what's the best kind of content to focus on if you're not a professional filmmaker? I'd suggest short content. Don't plan a feature-length film with actors and all of that. Focus on immediacy. What's happening right now in your life or in the life of the audience or current issues or events that are happening. Imagine content that can be created and released very quickly. So it would be simple. It would be brief clips. And it would be about one idea or question, not too complicated. You can create these with just a few resources: people, some video clips, audio, graphics. Narrative films are beyond the scope of this training, which are feature films, fiction films with actors, dialogue, screenplays, all of that. But you might find some good resources to supplement what you can create locally on places like Indigitube, Global Short Film Network, and others that we list in our guides. In your media strategy, you can include some professionally created content alongside content that you produce locally. So, how can you start to create your own video content? Video uses many of the same principles we learned in still image creation, things like controlling your image and composing a shot. If you want to refresh your thinking or learn about this for the first time, check back on earlier lessons 1 and 2 about still image creation. But video adds things like time and motion. You can't just get a quick snapshot. You have to think about a longer event that's happening in front of you. You need to hold a shot for a while to show what's happening and what story is being told. You want to show what's important, not everything, so don't just turn on your camera and record and point it and wave it around. Learn what's happening, think about what the viewer needs to see and what doesn't matter to your story. Now, you also have to think about audio. Most things we will film include some kind of sound. Is sound part of the story, like a musician singing a song, or is the sound a distraction, like traffic on a highway going by? We'll talk about sound production in later lessons. Video almost always involves editing pieces together to create a clip. Editing video is the topic of 2 later lessons in this curriculum. So for the moment, let's focus on the simplest kinds of video content. The first kind I want to talk about is a slideshow using only still images. We did some of this in Lesson 5, learning to use an app like Quick. And I've got a clip here that was made in just a few minutes using the Quick app on an Android device. It uses a few photos from the camera roll. Everything else comes from the app. It's a video without using actual video clips, just still images that I shot. So that is super simple, but the Quick app lets me tell a nice story without a lot of production time. That's an example of what you can create. Next up is a video montage. It's a collection of video clips that describe something, raises a question, or evokes a response. This could be about events, places, themes, something like that. This clip was created by a student living in Europe for a small ministry that she was working with. She shot it with a simple camera, could be a phone. It's a simple idea. It's a simple location for filming. It did not take long to shoot. And she used just simple title graphics and music that can be created on a mobile device or computer. It's very, very brief, but it asks a question, and that's a good thing for what we're looking for in short video content. Testimonies are another simple but effective kind of video that we can create. Now, they are true stories shaped around an interview with a person. They are typically a single shot, or a brief story, or a statement. Or they could be edited from many different pieces. But you always want to keep it very brief, a single topic or point, not a whole life story. This short film called Deprem Korkusu is from Turkey, and I'll show it to you as an example.
Her gün yüzlerce kişinin karşı karşıya geldiği felaketlerden biriyle sizin de bir gün karşılaşabileceğiniz aklınıza geldi mi? Van depreminde depremzedelere gönüllü hizmet etmeye gitmiştim aşçı olarak. 1999 depreminde benim de içinde bulunduğum İstanbul ve Gölcük depreminden sonra içime yerleşmiş olan deprem korkuma rağmen insanlara olan sevgim korkumu görmemezden gelmemi sağlamıştı. Ya da ben öyle düşünüyorum. Hoş geldin Vahit abi, teşekkür ederim. Sen nasılsın?
Bizim oraya alıyorsun.
Abi gelin de ya sizin bina yüksek ya, o yüzden burası tek katlı.
Depremden mi korkuyorsun?
Biraz evet abi korkuyorum, yani bir korkum var.
Gelebiliyorsan gel.
Evet yani ben de istiyorum, yani ihtiyacım var.
Gel istediğin zaman.
Tamam kardeşim.
Görüşürüz.
Ufak artçı depremler bana eskiyi hatırlattı. Çalıştığım yer tek katlı bir binaydı. Kendimi orada nispeten güvende hissediyordum. Bir gece banyo yapmak için ve ısınmak için sonunda eve gitmeye karar verdim. İşte ne olduysa o anda oldu. Elektrikler kesilmişti ve ben banyoda kilitli kalmıştım.
İmdat, yardım edin! Yardım edin! Yardım edin!
Her yer ıslaktı. Yere düştüm. Üzerime bir şeyler düşüyordu. Ama karanlıkta ne olduğunu, ne düştüğünü hatırlamıyorum. Tek bildiğim canım yanıyordu. Ağladım, dua ettim. Pencereden gelen bir ışık odadaki anahtarı görmemi sağladı. Kapıyı açtım. Arkadaşlarım kapının kirişine sığınmışlardı. Beni de çekip aralarına aldım.
Ne olur bize acı ya. Ya Rab bizleri bağışla. Ya Rab kardeşlerimle beni bağışla. Canınızı bize bağışla.
Ya siz kime sığınıyorsunuz?
Now, this video was made by students in a workshop in Istanbul. It was shot using an iPhone 4S, which today is an ancient dinosaur camera. It took about an hour to film the interview portion, and then the group spent about half a day filming the reenactment scenes kind of around their building. They used a little extra equipment to get audio and lighting, little LED lights and some things like that, but it was very simple and very inexpensive. The video was edited on a laptop computer using simple software, but now it can be edited on a mobile device very easily. The final type of video I'll mention are vlogs, video blogs. These are great for some channels and some types of content, YouTube, other kinds of websites, other kinds of social media channels. And they're good for things like questions and answers about faith, or mini sermons or mini stories. This one is called Barak, or Move On, and it's from a Turkish church.
Merhaba arkadaşlar. Niye hala eski şeyleri düşünüyorsun? Niye hala yaşadığın eski acıları sana böyle zarar veriyor? Kutsal kitap diyor ki hedefe doğru koşalım. Filipliler kitabında 3. bölümü 13. ve 14. ayet böyle yazıyor. Kardeşler, kendimi bunu kazanmış saymıyorum. Ancak şunu yapıyorum. Geride kalan her şeyi unutup ileride olanlara uzanarak Tanrı Mesih İsa aracılığıyla yaptığı göksel çağrıda öngörülen ödülü kazanmak için hedefe doğru koşuyorum. Eski olayları, acıları bırak, ileri bak. Yeni hedefler, yeni amaçlar bu eski şeyleri seni durduruyor. Bırak, unut, ileriye bak. Tanrı denemelerle birlikte sana çıkış yolunu sağlayacaktır. Devam et, ileri bak. Hedefe doğru koş.
This church produces short programs like this in their own building. They have no need for a studio. They had someone create a little animation for the opening, but then the production was very simple and could be done with mobile devices. This is just a quick overview to help you think about the best ways to use video in ministry. In the next lesson, we'll learn more about video production using mobile devices. But before you move on to the next lesson, let's take time to apply this to your own team and ministry. Take a little time now and brainstorm some video content ideas. Think about a kind of viewer you want to reach and engage with. You can see the persona lessons in the foundation section of the curriculum. You'll ask the question, what kinds of media channels do they prefer? For instance, everyone is using Facebook to connect with friends, or they use Snapchat or some other messaging system. How do people use video in these channels? Is it very, very short video clips? Is it disappearing stories? Is it long clips? Based on your ideas here, you can come up with a list of some different kinds of video content that you might be able to create. Could you create short clips about events or places or biblical themes? Could you shoot some brief testimonies of people or other kinds of simple stories? Maybe it's a good time to start a vlog or some other informative discussion content to post on the internet. After everyone has had time to discuss and brainstorm ideas, you can all get back together as a class and discuss ideas so that you can share them with the group. Share your ideas for an audience, the media channels, and types of content that might be interesting. Encourage each other with helpful comments and questions. Are there other kinds of video content that we haven't mentioned here that you know about? What kind of ideas do you have, and how might they fit into your ministry strategy? Are there questions that are still in your minds in the class? Just go ahead and discuss those now. And some helpful information may be found in other lessons. That's all for this lesson. I hope you're encouraged to try some new kinds of video content in your ministry. The next lesson covers video production in more technical detail, and be sure to check out the audio production and editing lessons as well. Thanks for watching.